So this question I really want to do a response to on Reddit, and it's a short and simple question, but there's actually a lot behind it, I think. And the question is, I have a mental block that stops me from asking for help from anyone close to me. How do I get rid of it? So we want to treat the root problem, not the symptom, right? So this is quite obviously a symptom of a much bigger thing. Why don't you want to ask for help from people? Where earlier in life, were you made to feel stupid when you tried to seek help from people, like your parents, for example? If your parents made you feel stupid for asking for help or made you feel dumb, then that's really going to stick with you later in life, and that's something you might want to unpack with a therapist. If the bigger issue here is that you're socially anxious, or were you betrayed by somebody who was supposed to help you, or that you put your trust in, or do you hate appearing vulnerable to people? Like, you really have to dig deeper into this situation. There's no one perfect answer for this question, but my guess is that no matter what the root issue is, there's going to be a piece of this that involves vulnerability and involves trust. Whatever happens to us early in life, that's traumatic, we're naturally guarded around those situations that we perceive to have the potential to create more trauma. And while that's a beautiful defense mechanism against predators in the wild, it's not so great when you're looking to live nowadays life to the fullest. I would say that you need to take small steps at a time. If you're truly terrified of asking for help, I think you need to establish some sort of foundation where you feel like your friend cares about you. And you may only want to start it with one friend. If you feel like you can do it with multiple friends, fine. But take a friend that you think really cares about you. And it may be hard for you to admit that to yourself, but if you were to make a case to yourself logically, like write down on paper all these reasons why X particular friend might care about you, and you have all those things in front of you, maybe that's a good enough reason to pick that particular person. So what you start doing with that person is, when you have a bad day, tell them about it and kind of gauge how they react and how they feel. Now, they might be a little surprised at first if you've never really opened up to them before, which is another good reason for starting small steps, because you'd like not to sideline this person, right? Have you ever had somebody that you've barely known, or maybe somebody that you've known for a while, but you just really haven't had that sort of like deeper like relationship with it, and they hit you with a bomb out of the blue, like, maybe somebody from their family had cancer, somebody close to them died, and you are so stunned, you don't know what to do, because you've never had this type of emotional connection with somebody. So you don't really know how to handle it, even if you're good at being there for people. So if you start to lay that groundwork ahead of time, not only is it easier for them to help you if you're asking for help, it's also easier for you to ask for help. If you start confiding into somebody and you have deeper talks with somebody, I think you're going to be able to gauge that, wow, this person actually like cares about me. And once you prove that to yourself, I think then you're going to find it easier to ask for help. If the issue is simply that you don't have friends that seem to care, show compassion about you when you seek advice or comfort, then you need new friends. I mean, maybe there are people that you can go out and do something fun with, but I wouldn't invest anything in them any further than that. I know saying just find better friends, right? I know that's way easier said than done. I get it. There's many steps to that. I could make several videos about that piece of it. However, probably the most important step is identifying that there's a problem. And if that's the problem, be real with yourself about it. And please, after seeing this, don't immediately think, oh, that's it. I don't have friends that care about me. I really want you to sit and meditate on that. I really want you to sit and think about the friends that you have. If you haven't been open enough with the friends that you do have, maybe they haven't had the opportunity to show that they care. So following what I said earlier, I think I'm going off the optimistic assumption that you have good friends, that you'll be pleasantly surprised. And without much more information, I think that's really all I can give. I mean, remember, this is life. As much as it seems like it sometimes, we're not meant to go through it alone. Be good to yourself.